Hello everybody. Welcome on in. I'm Orion. We are checking out yet another Zombie Survivors again, and they just put out a balance patch for this game. So obviously we knew it was coming. They nerfed glass of milk. They changed some other items, and they made some pretty big adjustments to this game. The biggest one, I think, is that they removed the fatigue system and the ability or the cap of damage that an enemy can do. So back in the day, one of the biggest complaints was getting one shot at the end of a run, and that kind of sucked. The bosses could hit you for tons of damage no matter how good you were doing. If you got hit by a boss, they would just instantly kill you. And so they put a cap on that, so they couldn't do over a certain amount of damage. Well, now they removed that. So now there is no cap on enemy damage. I think they raised their stats too for endless. This is all basically affecting endless mode, but it is going to make the game a lot harder. I think they are trying to avoid these 5-6 hour runs that people are doing, and it's basically just killing the leaderboards because people have been getting these unlimited lists, unkillable runs. And so now they removed that. They nerfed glass of milk. Let's check out what the new item for glass of milk is going to do now. So now you're going to get 10 max HP every time you defeat 100 basic enemies or 2 elites or 1 boss, but it now caps after 300 activations. So now you're only going to get 3,000 HP from this. You're no longer going to be getting 30,000, 50,000. You're no longer going to be getting those. They buffed a few items. They buffed Frozen Heart, where you're actually going to gain more max HP now. They nerfed this so it doesn't do the insane chemical damage, which luckily I just did a build for that not too long ago. So we did that. And then there's a few other things they fixed and changed, but those were the biggest things. And obviously those are going to be the most game-changing effects here. So let's jump in. We're going to run kind of like the Holy Trinity here, because I actually haven't done this with the new update yet. We're going to run Engineer, Ghost, Medic. We'll start off with the Engineer. We'll do Vile Wasteland this time, Endless. Let's get rid of these. We're gonna run the normal stuff here. I'm gonna run that, and then we'll probably not the explosive. We'll do ability, area, and duration. So this is kind of like my standard picks for these ones, and we'll see if we can get glass of milk. Otherwise, we'll just we'll try to do as long as we can run here, and see what's up with this new fatigue system. See what's up with the enemy damage, and just see how much harder the game is now. Because they did want to prevent. I'm okay with them preventing endless runs. Especially if they want to do leaderboards and keep the game balanced. Being able to do 5-hour runs and whatever it's kind of ridiculous. You could basically just leave the game on autoplay and just go walk around and do whatever you want while you just automatically kill stuff. That's never fun for anyone. Well, I guess it's fun for some people. I don't know. I don't like it though. I would rather come up with a good build. If it lasts 45 minutes and that's a good run, awesome. If it doesn't, then oh man, maybe we need to tweak it a little bit. But if there's certain items that just automatically get you there, that kind of stinks. And I'm okay with the nerfs. I am a little concerned about the fatigue system though, and making it so that we can now take now that there's no cap on enemy damage, because that does make me think that maybe you do have to take the glass of milk every time, because you're going to need to stack HP a little bit more. So we'll see. I mean, I guess that's what early access is for. That's what all these balance updates are for, to kind of try to find the right spot. All right, we'll go to Tesla. So for this run, we will try to get glass of milk if it shows up. Otherwise, we'll kind of do a standard sort of electric damage build here. We'll try to get extra stun. Let's go Tesla again. We'll try to get a lot of ability cooldown reduction, ability damage, those kinds of things. Okay, so we're gonna want Ghost or Medic here. They fixed Schrodinger's cat too, so if you remember, okay, cool. So we get the Ghost right away. We tried to do a Schrodinger's cat run a little bit ago, and it didn't work, which was very unfortunate because it messed up my run. I got rid of some good items to get the Schrodinger's cat and military training. So now that that works, we'll try that again. We'll try to do a Schrodinger's cat build at some time. For those that don't know, what happens is if you lock down a military training item, it's going to increase the rarity of it the next time you get a military training. So that's how you're going to get your legendary military training upgrades, and it should be pretty nice. Especially if you find a nice one, a nice training that you want to upgrade. All right, let's go. Let's see. We can banish slingshot because I don't think we're going to be doing any. Well, I mean, I could probably banish any of these. But let's banish slingshot because we're probably going to have really no injured status here. We're not going to really have any kinetic other than the pistol. But I also don't think I'm going to be using anything else here. We'll just banish that, and then we're gonna. I could maybe take homing pigeon. Yeah, we could take that. Oh, I should have went laser because we're gonna go laser this run. Okay, we'll go energy shield. We already got a pretty good size energy shield here. Okay, let's take the laser. I do like the new effects for the engineer. I think they look nice. Looks a little bit cleaner, you know? Alright, let's go laser again. Okay, now we're getting the movement speeds, which I don't want at the moment. Let's do... I mean, I guess we could lock that down, but I'm going to take the ability, and I'm going to put that on the engineer. So overall, the game should be harder now. Damage caps have been removed, and I do think that they can scale longer too. Like Horde level, I think they mentioned something about that. Not necessarily the Horde level in general, but I think they don't cap things anymore. Okay, let's do the Sub-Zero. Okay, if we can get the medic here, perfect. Yeah. Let's go. Didn't have to waste the reroll, and now we're gonna get the big XP bonus right away. All right. Oh, there's Schrodinger's cat. Yeah, let's take this. Especially since we're getting it early. So lockdown military training upgrades increase the rarity by 1 each time you gain military training. So, oh, we're gonna take this one too. Let's lock that one down for sure. Glass cannon also. These are all pretty good. But I really like this one because I like doing this basically a chain stun. But we're gonna go with Schrodinger's cat right here. And so now whenever we find a good military training, we'll lock it down. And then we'll pick it next time. And then if we can get the congratulations letter, we'll pair it with that. Because the congratulations letter will automatically give us a couple rare options. And then in theory, if we lock it down the next time, it'll just be a legendary. So we'll have more options for higher tier lockdowns. All right, let's go kunai dance for this one. We'll keep with the kunai. So let's see, how many military trainings do we need left? We need 2 more. And then we can test out Schrodinger's. If you watched that video where I did the run with it, I was so sad it didn't work. Because I gave up a bunch of good items for it. And it didn't work at all. And I was like, ugh. That's super disappointing, but it is what it is. Glad to see it fixed. So now we can officially put it to the test and see how good it is. Oh, gotta dodge that. All right, I need to get my butt out of here. If we can, I mean, if it comes to it, I know we switch up our builds a lot here, because it's all RNG dependent, but you know, if the opportunity presents itself, we could go with sort of like a military training upgrade build here. I'm not against trying that out if we want to shift over. We need to see the congratulations letter though, and then there's a few other ones we can get. There's the skip rope, which gives you a military training point if you skip items. And then there's another one, one that requires 1 less, I think it's maybe bells and whistles. I can't remember exactly what it is. I never actually used it. But it requires 1 less military training point to get the upgrade. So if we don't do it this run, that'll be one that I'll specifically try for at some point. Ooh, oh, there we go. Oh, it retroactively did it. It retroactively worked because I had that locked down before. Okay, well, let's lock down the XP modifier and we'll take the movement speed. There we go. Cool. So, I mean, it officially kind of works. Okay, I'm going to take the damage, the empty chest for now, because that's going to give us great damage. Let's run with that. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that to work. And so now, the next military training, we're going to get a legendary XP gain. That's awesome. And then we'll keep doing it, you know, if we can keep locking down a rare upgrade every time, then that means every time we get a military training, we'll get a legendary every time. As long as we can keep chaining it, you know? Okay, we're gonna go ice on this one. We'll go with more of the CC route with electrify, ice. We can do, sure, chemical kunais. We're going Frost, so we're not going to take that. Let's go Hollow Ghost. Okay, so there's the Frost. Let's go Frost. Getting legendary military trainings all the time would be so sweet. Okay, we'll do Katana Splash. There's a lot of items. There's just a lot of items you could get to build into that too. There's at least 4 items, and then you can probably build into luck too, because I think luck affects the drop rates for military trainings. Don't quote me on that, but I think it does. Oh my gosh, there it is. Okay, I guess we're doing it this time. 2 of the military trainings are now at least rare quality. So now we're guaranteed legendary. As long as we pick a rare upgrade every time, we're going to be guaranteed a legendary military training. We'll have more options to lock down rare upgrades. Alright, let's go medical drone. Okay, we'll go 1,000 cuts this run. Alright, so here's our military training. I'm excited now for these. Yes. Oh man, these are bad ones though. Health regeneration armor. I was hoping to see more like ability damage or something like that, or cooldown reductions. Let's lock down. Let's lock down armor, I guess. Let's try that. Then we'll take that 40% XP. Okay, so with these, let's go handgun. That's gonna make it's gonna make seeing the military trainings exciting though, you know? Because you're always gonna see a legendary now, and we're gonna see 2 rares, and then we'll know that the next time that's gonna be a legendary also. So that makes them way more exciting to see. All right, let's see. I think let's banish smooth, or let's see. Would we want this? We would want this. So I'm not gonna banish that. I don't know if I'm gonna take it though. You know, maybe we would. Because the only thing I'm not gonna get is fire, so that would give me good weapon damage, attack speed, and cooldown reduction. You know what? I'm just gonna take it. I talked myself into taking it. So that's gonna give us 6 damage, 12 attack speed, 18 cooldown reduction. It's replaceable though. It'll be replaceable if... Yeah. The military, I'll probably keep Schrodinger's cat for most of the run. And the congrats letter, I think we'll keep for a little while. I'm not going to keep congrats letter the whole time though, because I don't know if I want to sit on 2 items for my military training upgrades. That's a lot. And I think we would just rely on RNG, good RNG for Schrodinger's cat, and because we usually see at least 1 rare each time anyways, so maybe we could just do that. We'll see. We'll see. But it'll be great for building up for the late game, you know? Get it early when we have all these extra item slots available to us, and then replace it later in the game when we need something stronger. Something that'll give us more consistent damage. I actually wouldn't be against getting the Sapphire Gem. Oh, wow. So you're giving me... Okay. So this is kind of a bummer because now we don't get to utilize... I don't get to utilize... Although I could, if I wanted to switch off armor and go to weapon crit chance, I could do that. So because I'm going to take ability damage legendary. And now it's a matter if I want to... I would probably rather have weapon crit chance. So let's roll the ability damage for now. And then next time we'll take the legendary weapon crit. And then I guess we'll move on from the armor. Ability damage is going to go on the engineer. Yeah. Alright, so now we get the electrify, ability duration, the dodge. Let's banish this one, and then we'll take the electrify. The electrify item is really good. You can already see it going to work here. It's basically going to chain stun all the enemies. We'll do the 10% heal. We'll go electrocute. Yeah, we'll do the passion one. so that's gonna give me, if we do pulsar burn, I don't think there's anything else though to give me that third burn. The medic's not gonna have any burn. Yeah, I think we're gonna be one short. We'll do Hollow Ghost. Hollow Ghost will get frozen or electric. The EMP grenade, that can give us, maybe that'll give us burn, but I really like the other one that refreshes the cooldown of an ability by like 15% or something. This electric item is so good. All right. Oh, there's the milk. Wow, we're just getting all the good items here. I'm gonna lock down the ladder just in case. I'm not planning on keeping the ladder, but bleeding could be good too. Actually, I think I'd rather lock down that one. But let's take glass of milk for now and see how this goes. So that's cool. So now we can kind of test out glass of milk. It's gonna take a while though to get up our HP, because now you have to kill 100 basic enemies, right? 100 basic enemies, a boss or an elite. I think before you only had to kill 20 enemies, maybe. Okay, so here we go. So now we're gonna get weapon critical chance, and now these ones are tough. Ability cooldown reduction or ability damage. I'll probably go cooldown reduction and put that on the ghost, and then I think from there we'll work on ability damage and stuff. But I do need to get more reduction. So let's go weapon crit, and we'll put that on the ghost. Okay, so now throws 3 grenades that deal, but this doesn't. Okay, it does show it does burn, but it doesn't give me a burn tag. Right? It shows. I'm pointing at it. You can't see me pointing at it, but right here it shows the burn, but it doesn't give me the burn tag. That's unfortunate. It looks like it doesn't give me. If that's supposed to be chemical. Huh. Now throws 3 grenades that deal damage of random types in addition to their standard. That's a bummer that doesn't give me a burn tag. I was kind of hoping it would. So if that's the case, we'll just go with support then. I wanted to get three burn tags so I could buff up my gem a little bit more. All right, let's go. All right then. Oh, the wrong gem. That's not the one I want. So we'll just go with that's you know, I probably actually still take this. The dash and XP modifier for what we have right now, that's pretty good. So let's see. That's gonna give us 6% dodge, 30% XP, and then we can sub this one out later. But we can use it for the XP gain to get a better early game, mid game. Then just get a little buffer a little bit quicker. Because now we have really good XP gain since we got that legendary. And now we'll have this extra XP gain. And then I do need to get rid of my chest next time. Okay, so do we want to go ice or taunting? I think we'll go taunting. So let's go taunting here. We're gonna take I don't know if I'm gonna take Sub-Zero. I might take Electrify. I'll probably take Electrify, especially since I have the Electrify Skull now. So I think for Hollow Ghost we'll do that instead of Frozen. What do we need? One more military training now? Okay, so we have to replace this. So let's banish. I haven't been banishing. Let's banish the buck, and then we'll take bleed, and we'll replace the empty chest. All right, so we're gonna lock down XP modifier again. Then we'll take the ability cooldown reduction. That's gonna go on the engineer. The amount of XP gain we're going to be getting here is so good. All right, let's go syringe again. We're gonna get 10. Oops, we're gonna get 10 frost too, so we'll get 10 frost tags once we get the freezing flasks. So that'll give us a chance to do permafrost damage and instant kills. But we got to get the freezing flask first because we're at 6 right now. Once we take 4 freezing flasks, that'll get us to 10. Oh, there we go. Oh, no. Okay, when one of the military trainings upgrade is on lockdown, triples the chance of higher quality upgrades. Huh. What does that mean? When one of the military training upgrades is on lockdown, triples the chance of higher quality upgrades. Does that mean the other ones? That's not quite what I was thinking it would be. So this one guarantees 2. This one increases the rarity each time, plus 10 luck. So this one is kind of the same as Schrodinger's cat. It doesn't guarantee. But what is... I'm just a little confused by the wording where it says triples the chance of higher quality upgrades. We're not going to take that because I don't know exactly what that does. When one of the military trainings is on lockdown, triples the chance of higher quality upgrades. So does that mean like the other 3 are going to have a higher chance at upgrades? I think we'll just stick with these ones, which guarantee whatever we're doing. And then what can we replace here? We can replace ability attacks. Like I can maybe replace this one. Toxify. Let's actually, I'm gonna re-roll these though. Let's banish Toxify. And then let's re-roll these. Sugar Rush isn't bad. Sugar Rush is actually pretty good. And then I would just get rid of this one. Yeah, Sugar Rush. Attack speed, cooldown. No, let's reroll. There it is again. Okay, there's solar panel, there's compass. These are pretty good. What's my movement speed at? 185. That's not bad, but I haven't been building into movement speed at all. Every 5 movement speed adds ability damage, area, and duration, which is really, really good for this. So I think we will take that and we'll replace that one. It's not going to give me like a huge bonus, but maybe I do start building into speed. That's still pretty good. 23, 23, 23. Okay, I think we're capped out at health now. So 5,100 is now the max we can get. Okay, so there's ability area. I kind of want to do ability area. Let's lock down that one. And then I'll put this on my... Man, but a legendary crit chance. I want to do the area. And then I'll put that on the engineer. And then that'll give us some bigger turrets. And then a bigger energy shield. Okay, so now we're at 10. So we have 10 up here. So now we have a 20% chance to apply freeze. And then a frozen enemy has a 5% chance to become perma-frozen for an instant kill. I'm gonna have to read in because I do want to do a luck build here too, because there is an item that gives you damage based on how much luck you have. So that would be interesting, but I want to make sure I know exactly what it increases its chances of. All right. Okay, do we drop this one yet? I'm gonna keep these two a little bit longer. I'm assuming, I guess this could be a good test. Do I need a lot of these items? You don't need to keep it after. Once it gets its bonuses, you don't need to keep it. I would imagine you have to keep that, but I don't know. I've never actually tested it. So we can maybe get rid of this now, but I don't think so. I don't think now's the time. Let's re-roll these and see what else shows up, though. Well, let's banish. We'll banish this one. Let's re-roll. Let's see if we can get some of the other items that are gonna help us with this Schrodinger's. If I don't get any good items, then okay, we have to take this one. Okay, so we have to take the SOS, and then we'll replace. I really like having all this XP. All right. I wish we would have saw that SOS a little bit sooner. I should probably get one level of resuscitate here soon. Just in case, since I don't know what the damage, what the big hits are going to be like on these bosses now. I don't think they can one-shot us this early in the game, especially if I have 5,000 HP. But at some point, they'll be able to. So let's take one level of that. I do prioritize those infinite upgrades a lot now too, because they apply to the whole team. And so getting, you know, a 5% cooldown reduction on the whole team, is take it. So like ability crit chance for everybody. Alright, here's the glass cannon. That just feels like a no, especially since I feel like I'm just gonna take the some big hit and just die. Here's Frozen Heart. Might be a little too late for this. Maybe. Is that a little too late? I would have to replace this one probably, or this. We'll just run Schrodinger's cat and see how that goes. Oh, I should have waited though. Dang. Okay, let's do ability damage. Take the ability area on engineer. Man, I was like one step away from just keeping that extra thing locked down. That's a shame. All right, let's do pulsar. This is why I want to keep the XP though, just so I can keep building up these stats. I think I got hit pretty hard right there. This is why I like that electric item we have, which basically just kind of keeps chaining the electrified effect. And then on top of all the freezing we're doing, it makes navigating through the enemies so easy. Or I shouldn't say easy, I should say easier. I guess I could lock that down. That would nerf my ghost a little bit. Then let's just use our last reroll. Okay. Because I might keep that, but I don't want to replace anything right now. So once I can kind of keep this on lockdown until I get this powered up, and then we can sub that out. I don't really know if I want to nerf my ghost though and his slashing abilities, but pretty much every one of Ghost's abilities is electric, and now all my medic's abilities are ice. All right, let's go with knockback. Alright, so now we can decide, do we want ability damage? So let's keep this locked down, and I'll take the ability damage, or crit damage. And then we'll keep that locked down, and we'll take that as a legendary next time. That can go on the engineer. So now, hopefully, next time, so we got rid of the congratulations letter, but hopefully we can, because that time we did see a rare upgrade, and so now hopefully next time we see another rare upgrade, and then we can just kind of keep locking those down. It's not a guarantee anymore, but hopefully. I mean, if we keep upping luck, and I'm not sure if luck affects military training stuff. That's why I want to look into that. I kind of assume it does, right? Because this item gives you luck, so it would make sense. Oh yeah, we could still use that skip rope too. If that ever shows up. But at this point, I think I'm kind of off this military training build. I think if we want to fully commit to it, I won't drop the items next time, and I'll just keep everything. Keep everything that increases military training stuff. But since I already dropped the congratulations letter, it kind of feels like we bounced off committing to that. Take that ability damage. I really like the ability stuff for this build. So Chocolate Box, I guess in retrospect, gets a pretty big nerf too. That's not going to be nearly as good. Okay, what are we at here with this? 30? Wait, did it not? How come that didn't keep that locked down? Why didn't I have ability damage locked down at rare? And that should have stayed. Okay. I don't know if that was a glitch or not, but I guess we'll mark down weapon crit chance. And I'll just go back to that ability damage on the engineer. That's a bummer. So it still doesn't appear to work flawlessly. I don't really want that weapon crit. I really want it. Oh well. So still not quite working perfectly from what I can tell. So I'm pretty sure I had it locked down as a rare and then it downgraded itself to a common. All right, we're still at 30, so let's skip. These last two abilities might take a little bit to Might take a little bit to max out here. Okay, so that worked that time. Weapon cooldown reduction. I guess we'll take that. So weapon critical chance we'll put on Ghost. Oh no! Wait, hold up. Dang it, when I took that movement speed, what was my movement speed at? Was I looking at it when I had... No, maybe not. I can't remember what I had, but I was like, was I looking at it when I had a speed buff? So now, what's it showing? 43. I am fine with the glass of milk nerf too. Getting 5100 HP doesn't seem as broken anymore. It still kind of feels like a must-needed item though, even though it's not at the 50,000 mark anymore. Still, getting 3,000 extra HP is incredible. It's still a really good buff, because I don't think we would have died by now without it. I think we'd still be alive, but I'm curious to see what happens here once we start getting hit once we start getting hit a lot. Let's see how helpful that extra 3,000 HP is. Alright, so now let's lock down ability damage. Weapon cooldown reduction will go on Ghost. Oh, there's skip rope. Okay. Oh, and Sapphire Gem. No. I'm gonna take the sapphire gem. I think I'm gonna take that over the pipe. And then, do I want to take this? I kind of do. So, gain points from every use of skip function, plus 1 point for level up panel and 5. So basically we'll get a military training point every time we skip like a pickup item here. So I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna replace the ring of power. This is gonna be a good one because this is gonna give me 6, 12, and 18. So 6 ability damage, 12 area, and then 18 duration. So we'll run the gems for now. I think I will get rid of the green gem soon, though. I think we'll probably get rid of that next one. This combo of characters is just stupid good. Just electrifying, frozen, and then knocking all the enemies back with pulse. It's like the enemies are barely even moving at this point. Basically just weave in between them. They're just constantly stun locked. And I walked right past that magnet. I couldn't see where it was. Okay, so we'll take this guy for now. And let's replace... I think we'll replace this one now. Two XP modifiers in a row. I will take them. Especially since I got rid of the other XP modifier. Oh no, I'm gonna walk right into that. Alright, we'll keep that locked down, and then let's take that movement speed. I do kind of miss the congratulations letter. I did like getting legendaries every time. So I think we'll definitely do a build where I fully commit to that. We'll probably include it with our luck build, which is probably what I'll do, because there is a luck build to do. And so I think that's going to be the way to go with that. What are we looking at on our Frozen Heart right now? 16 armor, 160 health. Oh, there's skip rope again if we wanted to take that. At this point in time, I don't think so, though. I might even drop Schrodinger's cat here soon. Or a different DPS item if it shows up. Especially the Omni Gem, the one that's going to give us double bonuses to these. If I see that, I'll probably drop the cat. But for now, these are skips. Because, yeah, I'm not as interested in the Schrodinger's cat if I need to hold something for 2 level ups to get it to legendary. But when we pair it with that congrats letter, so good. Definitely do a luck build soon. I need to study up on what luck actually entails. Because I'm pretty sure it increases the drop rates for things. Like, I think I read it increases the drop rates for bigger gems. And then for your health, maybe dollars, and then maybe military training too. Like, I don't know if it increases the drop rates for everything. And then does it also increase your chance of getting higher rarities for your level ups? For your military training things, stuff like that. Let's just max out resuscitate. Okay, and then we'll do Hoarder. Oh, see, it didn't do it again. Why isn't it working now all of a sudden? Is that the same one I had locked down? I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I shouldn't have anything locked down and have it be common anymore. I wonder if it has to do with it being it doesn't have anything to do with it being a survivor upgrade. I really don't know. I don't know. Let's actually just lock down weapon damage. Go with ability damage on engineer. That's unfortunate. Something's triggering it not to work, and I don't know what it is. It seems to work sometimes, and then it's not working other times. So I don't know. Maybe we won't do a luck build. It was working really good in the beginning, but then it just kind of stopped for some reason. And is it just me, or are we seeing the same items a lot? I've seen this Jacob's Ladder a ton. So there's no point in doing skip rope here then if this isn't gonna work. Unfortunately, but I do want to get rid of this, so let's take this now. Take Jacob's Ladder. Because now I don't know if Schrodinger's is actually working properly. We're getting close to death here. 2400, halfway there. So I mean, that would have, if I didn't have chocolate or the milk, if I didn't have glass of milk, I would be dead there. I would definitely be dead now. 1600 HP. That's why glass of milk is still gonna feel super important. Okay, let's do... I'm gonna keep that locked down, and I'm gonna go ability damage on engineer. DPS wise, we're not really quite there, but survivability, we're we're there. So much CC. That's what's keeping us in this game. And sometimes that's just as important. It's really hard to win in this game with DPS. CC builds, I kind of always felt were the way to go. Even before all the patches and updates, like even a year ago when we were playing this game, I kind of felt like frozen builds were the best. Frozen taunt builds. That was my best build, was when we did a frozen taunt build with the Huntress and the medic, and you could just freeze and taunt everything, and then you could just run circles around the map and you would never see the enemies. It didn't matter what your DPS was. You could have 0 DPS. It didn't matter. Because you weren't going to see the enemies and they weren't going to see you. If you haven't seen those, go check them out. I think it's called... I think I called it Frozen Vampire. Obviously, you can't do those builds anymore because it was a long time ago. They changed and updated the game too much since then, but that was the best build back then, was just freezing everybody and taunting them with your monkey turrets or your monkey bombs, whatever you want to call them, and you would never see the enemies. You would just never see them. All right, let's go with, I think we'll go weapon. No, yeah, let's go weapon critical damage. We're back up to full health too. That's nice. 53 minutes, so we're still, I think what they wanted with this update was to not have these long 1 hour runs. And I don't necessarily think that's because of milk and the fatigue. I think it's just because we have one of the best builds in the game right now, with just stun locking everything, freezing everything, and then on top of doing relatively decent damage here. That's what's keeping us alive. I don't think this has nothing to do with any of the adjustments they made in this game with the nerfs or buffs or whatever. Okay, this is our military training that didn't upgrade. Oh, we don't have Schrodinger's anymore. Never mind. Okay, we'll keep that locked down and let's go with the armor, the rare armor. Right? Yeah, we got rid of Schrodinger's. I really hope that they can get Schrodinger's resolved though, because it did appear to not quite work on some of those picks, and I really want to do a heavy luck build. Okay, what are we doing here? Should we just go straight up double damage? What are we looking at here? Like over an hour probably for this run? Yeah, you know what? Let's go big or go home. I'm gonna bounce this out then. I'm gonna bounce out the heart. Let's go big or go home. Let's get that double damage in there. If we die, we die. I'm okay with it. The point is proven. This is a good build. Let's do ability damage. The good thing is that we don't really get hit that much anyways, but I am still curious what's gonna happen with the whole, they got rid of the damage cap. So now that we're going to be taking double damage, we are for sure going to be in one-shot territory. But let's see if we can rack up our damage numbers to make it look all nice and pretty here at the end. Okay, let's do XP modifier. We still have a revive too, so if I so feel the need to get rid of it after we die and we think we can survive long enough, then maybe I'll switch it. We have about 5,400. So we got quite a bit of HP, a little bit of HP from that, from the hearts. Okay, that was a hit that didn't kill me. So what I think the real MVP of this run is, I think the real MVP is this item. I don't know if it's underrated or not, but I think this is a huge one to have the electrified enemies transfer to the next near enemies, because look how many of them are just sitting there stunned. All right, I don't think there's anything at this point I want to replace. I guess maybe this, maybe Jacob's Ladder at some point. But not with any of these. Oh! Wait, oh my gosh, did I get revived and didn't notice and then got one-shotted? What? I didn't even notice I revived. What happened there? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to watch the tape. I didn't even notice I died. Oh my gosh. Game over, 56 minutes. Oh my gosh, the glass cannon got me killed twice and I didn't even realize it. What the heck? Holy cow, okay. That was a shocking ending. I didn't see that revive. I didn't see that. I'm gonna go back and watch the tape to see where that was. Okay, let's look at our DPS numbers here. Energy shield, 36,000, 18 electrocution, 35,000 laser, 148,000 turret. Yeah, 101,000. This isn't like the highest damage I've seen. For sure. These numbers are actually kind of a little lower than I thought they would be. Well, maybe not, but I did have this, but I guess we got that a little late. So this was still our no, electric turret was the top damage dealer. Kunai dance 1700. Even how okay, I'm super confused about this. Even with the way we built this build, Kunai Dance only doing 1700 DPS sounds ridiculously low. Did that get... I don't even think that got a substantial nerf. That seems insanely low. And then this is kind of typical, you know, but I thought this would have done a little bit more damage since we did have the extra... We did have the extra ice damage, and I did put a lot into ability power. Interesting. Interesting to see the numbers here. Freezing Flask is always low. I think these need to be more in alignment. I'm not sure why Freezing Flask is so much lower than Experiment 21 in some of these builds. This is shocking. 1700 DPS from Kunai. Why? Why is that so low? Hollow Ghost did more DPS. Like, look how much more Hollow Ghost did. Kunai Dance didn't do any damage. What the heck? I'm so confused by this. It was like one of the lowest damaging abilities in this game. I think it was. This did more. This did more. EMP did more. Electric Turret did more. Hollow Ghost did more. Pulsar did more. Shuriken did more. Experiment 21 did more. Medical Drone obviously doesn't do more. Yeah, that was the lowest damage ability in the game, even though it's normally the highest. Interesting. I really want to see why. I get we didn't put points into it. Like, I understand that. But still, even without putting points into it, I feel like it should be a lot higher. All right, well, that was a weird ending. That was a weird ending. I wasn't expecting that. I died, didn't realize it, and then I died again. I guess that happens really quick with this glass cannon. But there we go. That is the update for this game. Some big nerfs, some adjustments, some minor buffs to things here and there. Glass of Milk being the biggest change. Now you can only stack it at 3000 HP. So there we go. That's the update for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.